We'll do the countdown, and we're not starting yet. For those who coming in the chat, we're not starting yet until 10:45. We're just doing a countdown. Yo, EJ, we did just have some breaking news. Michael Thomas will play, okay? So he is active today. So just letting you know. You just got a breaking news across the screen.
That ain't no shock. That ain't no shock at all.
If you want to talk about that before everything gets started, you could.
Guys, welcome to the Bad Sports Show podcast in the Deep South. I'm EJ504, and I'm joined here on the panel with Cedric. I got Master Davis, and of course, my dad, Everett 504, here this morning, man. Hopefully, y'all are doing well on this beautiful Sunday morning, man. Once again, we're here for another game day. A game day right before the bye week. Right before the bye week, guys. Also, if you guys heard, my dad just reported, which is no shocker to me, that Michael Thomas will be playing in this football game against the Vikings this week. I don't know if you guys were keeping up with the news about what was going on with Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas had some contractors, some workers around his neighborhood and around his yard and lawn. And you know how that goes, man. He didn't want nobody on his yard or lawn. And he said, get off my damn yard. And he took the man phone and threw the man phone because he started recording him and all this other stuff and threw a brick at his truck and all this other stuff. And and then of course the national media ran with it because it's not only a Saints player or NFL player for that matter. It's a pretty good Saints player in Michael Thomas. And Michael Thomas was looked at as, he might miss this game. He might not, he might get suspended, all these other things. But I was telling a lot of people who were kind of bringing this thing up to me, and I was talking to them about it, and I was telling them, man, this stuff here, this is nothing new as a Saints fan. First of all, we didn't dealt with this with Marcus May. We didn't dealt with this with Chris Olave, Speeden, and Kenner. Lord, we didn't dealt with Marshawn Lattimore. He had his little thing going on with the gun. If Alvin Kamara last year, as a Saints fan, you've seen it all. You've seen it all with these Saints players. Every single one that you got on this team has almost been dealt with something before. But it did not surprise me at all that Michael Thomas will be showing up and playing for this football game. I didn't think this garnered anything for him to miss this game. Now, future-wise, let's just say the NFL want to be assholes and go ahead and like Roger Goodell did with Alvin Kamara, instead of punishing him right in that moment for what happened in Las Vegas, he waited until the next season to do something. So in that regard, we'll see. We'll see if there's any suspension for Michael Thomas come next season, and I'm expecting that after this season. I don't even see anything this season, but we'll see later on what that does to Michael Thomas and everything. But also, I want to kind of name some of these key inactives today. And also, to y'all, it was simple battery. It wasn't nothing, major or anything like that. But Kendre Miller is inactive, left ankle injury. Jimmy Graham, once again, will be inactive. It's kind of telling that he's inactive again. Jake Hayner, he's actually off his suspension, but he's not going to be active. Nick Saldivari is not active, and Isaiah Foskey, he actually had some playing time last week for the first few times, in this season ran down on special teams in one of the first plays and got himself hurt. So he will not be playing today. But other than that, this Saints football team looks healthy, y'all. This is one of the few times this season that we don't see any major players to this roster missing today. So, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna start with
Me.
every 504 this morning, and I'm kind of want to get your thoughts on what you're feeling this morning, man, and
Hey,
tell me
hey,
how important this football game is right now for
Okay.
Fort Myers against these Minnesota Vikings.
Now, you guys, please don't cut us off because this is just the way we do it. We started off this way, okay? Um, this is a very important football game for the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are favored to win this game by 2 points. At the last time I seen this the dude, we're only favored because of the quarterback situation that has occurred in Minnesota. I think that the Saints, this is a very important game for the Saints to establish a run game first. I know people want to see the Saints air it out, but I would like to see Jamal Williams get involved more in the offense. We got him. We brought him away from the Detroit Lions. We paid a lot of money. I understand that we have the Taysom Hill package, but you have a guy who scored 16 touchdowns last year. He's back. He's healthy. I want to see the Saints go more to Kendrick Miller, giving some pressure off of Alvin Kamara. We can run such a three-head monster. So I want to see the Saints and also, some more, now that the brother is healthy, I want to see Jawan Johnson. I want to see the Saints get Jawan Johnson the ball a little bit more and get Michael Thomas the ball because these are the guys who affect the underneath pass. Okay, the underneath pass. So we know Olave. They're gonna get theirs. Olave and Shaheed, they are they vertical. They're gonna get theirs. And I want to see what our kicker gonna do because if he's constantly in another slump we should be looking at another kicker. I do understand people saying be patient with the kicker, be patient with the kicker, but we cannot afford to go to play games where we're gonna need to win these ball games heading in for a playoff run. Yeah, so I'm a little bit pushy with the kicker, but I do need him to be more consistent, and I want to see more pressure after at this quarterback, more blitz schemes from Dennis Allen. Okay, so you can go ahead, EJ. You can go ahead and
Um,
pass the torch.
Let me give it to Cedric real quick. Let me hear how important this football game is going
yeah,
into the bye week, man. Let me hear your thoughts.
yeah. I mean, before I want to, get into the analysis. I just wanted to touch on the Mike Thomas situation legally, from a legal standpoint.
Mhm.
A lot of these players and a lot of people are making comments towards Mike Thomas like he's been getting into trouble or he's a bad player. This is Mike Thomas' first run into with the
Right.
law. If not, okay. Well, yeah, this is the first, and then we dealing with simple battery. So simple battery basically is this: if somebody has a baseball cap on, or let's just say they have a phone in their hand, and you swipe that off, that's considered battery. Anything attached to you as on your person, would be considered this type of battery. And I don't know the facts of the case or what the guys were doing or what have you, but it seemed like Kenna is trying to make examples over little things and escalate things. And I'm not taking this lightly, the battery situation, but a lot of times just get kind of taken and escalated where it don't need to be. And in regards to the commissioner, I think he's going to probably kind of step in because the news has been Saints players are getting arrested. So,
Mhm.
he may do a hefty fine or 1 game suspension. Not in Mike Thomas situation. Like I said, I don't know the facts, but it's just kind of with the Saints fans, it's telling. Like I said, this is Mike Thomas' first time getting into any type of problems with the law, and then they got this guy paying it like he's some type of thug, and he's not. He can't get his stuff together, and we shouldn't do that as Saints fans. But as
Cedric,
far
we
as
appreciate that information. I didn't even cut you off, man. For those that don't know, people, Cedric knows his stuff when it comes to law, man. He has a great background in that. So thank you for, elaborating a little bit on that for people
Yes, I
who
like to say
are
he's in
typically
law
saying that
school
they know
as of right now. He's in law school, so we're not talking to somebody who don't have credibility in law. That is his baby right there. Okay, so I want you guys to know that when we bring people on, we're not just bringing anybody on. Okay, go ahead.
No, I appreciate that, guys, and I'm not giving any advice either because I can't give law advice or anything. I'm just kind of making an assessment of the situation. But moving forward today, I don't want to see the ball in Derek Carr's hands more than 25 times throwing it. Right? It seemed like once we strike that balance, Derek Carr is good enough to move the ball downfield, be effective. But it seems like if we get when the ball is in his hand over 25, maybe 30 times at max, then we start like kind of falling apart and things start happening. The defense get put in situations, the clock stops, and time management and just the strategy of moving forward in the game flow seems to be disrupted. So I definitely want to get the running backs involved. We mentioned Jamal Williams. He came from the Lions. This is kind of like the Vikings or somebody that's familiar with them because that's a person that was in his division.
that.
So I would like to see what his past tape, what he did against the Vikings when he was with the Lions, and feed the running backs the ball, man. I want to see some more screens. I want to see our tight ends involved, and definitely I want to feed Mike Thomas today, bro. I just think this would be a good time to feed that monster,
I mean,
and
it feels
and
like
just
the right time
Shout
to
out to
do it.
Big Dog
yeah,
Philly. Shout out to Big Dog Philly. Go ahead.
yeah, and that's all I have, man. I want to see us run a balanced approach, a balanced attack, and be consistent today. No
Before I
penalties.
Shout out to Quenisha, T
before I
Mama,
kick it to Master Davis, y'all, I want to say too,
Henry.
kind of the answer what Dad was saying about the kicker situation. It was funny this week. I really thought this week the Saints would make a move, like to try to compete, have someone compete with the kicker today, this week, going into game to make a decision on that. But I heard comments from Mickey Loomis himself. He was actually interviewed by Nick Underhill in a NOS group, and he was talking about I mean not NOS North, New Orleans football group, and they was talking about he was talking about how yes it would be easy right now to go ahead and just cut him, but they really believe in the kid and they think that yes he's going through growing pains, but what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to let him work through his growing pains and just go ahead and stay patient. They're not just trying to go ahead and get rid of him just because he's missing some kids. They really are trying to
Make
give him
sure
a
you guys
shot,
subscribe to Big Dog Philly. Go ahead, EJ. I'm sorry.
give him a shot and give him a chance. So that was kind of interesting to me that Mickey Loomis would say something like that. And yeah, the kid has been put in a lot of tough situations. Yes, he's been missing kicks that we needed, but we don't realize that the kid is a rookie. It's his first season in the NFL, and we put him in some tough situations, man. For a rookie or even a kicker, for that matter, especially starting out this season. We talking about some big kicks that that not a
I
lot of
disagree with
people can
you
make.
because some there were some kicks inside the
That's
30
understandable, but I'm
that you
saying
can't miss inside of the 30 kicks, EJ. That
but
you
I'm
just
I'm
can't do it.
I'm
But wait,
saying
wait,
those
real
hang
quick,
on
Everett.
those kicks, and I'm talking about the main ones. I'm talking about Green Bay
Right,
kick. Okay.
the game clutch
Yeah,
click.
we
Yeah,
talking about clutch kicks. We ain't talking
right.
about okay, that's understandable,
I'm,
a
I'm
regular
glad the
miss.
organization's sticking with him though, man. I mean, the kid is
Yeah,
special, bro. I mean,
right.
I said this. You can go back and see my comments. I said there was going to be growing pains with going with a younger kicker, but this dude, he has a swag to him, and when he makes the kicks, they strong. Like he just
Right.
need the consistency. Like he's a rookie, bro. He's a rookie, bro.
Right. We
We gotta,
can't just
you
act
know.
like that's Will Lutz out there. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
nah.
it's
And
not
then
Will Lutz.
Will Lutz was he was on a kind of a little
Will
decline.
Lutz was a rookie kicker too, but go ahead.
What?
When he first came to New Orleans, he was a rookie kicker.
Right.
know,
And we
he,
stuck with
when
it.
Will Lutz, wait, hang on.
I
When
mean, don't
Will,
act like that's the first
hang
rookie
on though.
kicker to
When
come
Will
out.
Lutz, when Will,
Don't act like that's the first rookie kicker
no,
to
hang
come
on.
in the
When Will
NFL and
Lutz,
be having impressive
let me give you
situations.
some
Go ahead.
background about Will Lutz. When Will Lutz first came through and was a rookie kicker, he didn't have to worry about like how Blake Groupie had to come in and we wasn't scoring up to 20 points during the
Correct.
first part of the season, had to
Correct.
make all his kicks and keep us into the doggone game. Okay,
This dude
Will
done
Lutz
kicked like
had
20 field goals already this year.
right. Will Lutz had Drew Brees and putting up points
Correct.
and had to start out doggone kicking extra points. He didn't have to go ahead and worry about
Well,
kicking.
EJ, we had multiple kickers, and I want you to say this.
I'm
Don't
just saying.
please just let me make the statement. I ain't gonna overtalk you, but don't forget Sean Payton was one of the most impatient coaches with kickers. He had brought in multiple kickers. Matter of fact, even with Drew Brees, we had a lot of kickers, a lot of turnovers with kickers before we found Will Lutz. The Saints wasn't always consistent with kickers, but one thing about Sean Payton, he always rather him cut somebody, he always brought somebody in to at least let this young man know, look, hey, somebody's got right beer on your back. If you mess up, we'll probably replace you or threaten to replace you. You can't
Well,
just
who
get
we got?
consistent.
Who's out there though,
You,
Everett? Who's out
you
there?
just
Who's out
Right.
there we can bring
Who is
in?
out there that we can just immediately
well,
replace?
I
well,
mean, that's one of them Sean
well, man,
Payton
well,
tactics, man.
let me speak. If you're gonna ask the question, let me speak. You have Mason. You're looking at your kicker. You're kicking 78% of his kicks. That's not good in the NFL. 86% is where you want to be at. Mason Crosby is out there. He's last year he was at 86%. He got released. He got released because of
Because
a
of what
contract.
reason?
Where's your tape this
Because
up?
of contract.
So
Because of
why did no
money.
one else? Hang on.
Money. He was a high price kicker, so the Green Bay Packers let him go. He's an
There's
86 percenter. Now you also have the I can't think of the other kicker. His name he's 40, and I think his age is the problem. But he's another 80% kicker. I think the kicker is I can't think of his name, but if you pull up the list, there are multiple kickers available. Some of them are high price, or some of them was inconsistent. I'm not
Hey,
saying
EJ.
that. Listen, I'm not saying we should get rid of Groupie. I'm saying we need to bring somebody in. When you bring somebody in, that kind of pushes the kicker to know, hey, you know what? I could be replaced. That's all I want him to do is have a push. I'm not saying cut him, but go ahead.
that's fine. That's not what I was saying. To go ahead and not have competition. What I'm saying is, and I'm telling you why what Mickey Loomis and them are saying. And I'm also saying to your point, you said Crosby. Why is Crosby not picked up right now?
I just told you
There's
it's
a bunch.
money and age. Money
No,
and
hang on.
age.
There's a bunch of other NFL teams that
Right.
have kickers that are rookies. We talking about we talking about other teams out here that are struggling with kickers and have not
Right.
went after no Crosby.
Right.
I'm just saying.
If
We're
we
not
get
the
rid
only
of our
team that's
kicker,
struggling
I
with
somebody
the
gonna
mean,
pick
kickers.
their
you
kicker
know
up
that.
right away.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but on the Saints' perspective, if Groupie get hurt, you're gonna have to look to a Crosby or anybody. If something happened to him or he keep missing, you're gonna have to go to that. So
But
don't downplay these guys who out there just because they're not signed to teams. Some players don't sign for less money. Some are waiting to a good situation to take a job. It doesn't mean that they're desperate to go take any job. Okay, so I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that Groupie could use a little push. And Sean Payton used to do that. That's one thing I can give Sean Payton credit on, is he made all players feel like, hey, your job is on the line. There's not a lock, or there's not a lock on this team. You can't let people just like my boy Jawan Johnson. Jawan Johnson, I'm ready for that big game, man. We gave you that money, you heard me? That's just me. Okay? I'm not trying to be real critical, EJ. I'm just saying it's nothing
wait,
wrong
wait,
with bringing somebody in
Everett.
to push your guy.
Let me just disclaim this for the audience, right? Let me just disclaim this for the audience. You weren't a fan of this kicker from the beginning of the season. Is that correct?
No, that's not true.
That's not
I
true.
was a
Yeah,
So
you
fan.
was one of
I
them
okay,
ones
liked
I
him.
just
that
want
wanted Will
I
Lutz.
liked him, but
I
I
just want
didn't
to
want to get
establish.
rid of Will Lutz. I liked him, but I didn't want to get rid of Real. I didn't think Will Lutz needed to be released. I thought Will Lutz was, it was unfair to release him because he had one inconsistent year.
but
I didn't want to let Will Lutz
the
go.
audacity of this,
It was
the
more of
audacity,
me liking Will Lutz than me disliking
but
Groupie.
the
Well,
audacity of this
Will is
rookie,
not having the greatest of years
I
either
mean,
over
it's
there in
he
the
said,
Broncos.
no,
audacity
yes,
of
he
this
is.
rookie to come
He's
in,
kicking 86%.
He
And
missed two. He
and your
missed two.
kicker
He
at
missed two
86,
field
he's
goals
kicked.
and
Now,
missed
see,
the extra point this year.
you need to go, look, people are going
but
to
as
miss.
I looked at his
People are
stats.
going
I'm
to
telling
miss.
you his stats.
You need
He
to go
missed
to
EJ,
a
two
fact.
field
See,
goals
fact
and
checkers.
missed the extra
That's
point
one thing
this year.
about fact checking. You can
Everett,
have opinions, but you can
EJ,
go.
but EJ
Look,
already established that
EJ did not
yeah,
establish in
we
two
put this
misses.
we've put this kicker in an unprecedented
Will Lutz is
situation.
still a kicker for the Broncos, and he's
Okay,
doing real well. He's
but
86.
has he been in the situations group he been in?
No.
That's what EJ has
What are you
established.
talking about? He was there like Groupie. He was a rookie. He's
No, but
been there
our
before.
offense has struggled early on, and Groupie has had
Nah,
an
y'all. All right,
unprecedented
all right.
amount of
Look,
field
I'm
goals
gonna
to
leave
kick.
the Groupie. I'm gonna leave
All right,
the Groupie experience for y'all. Y'all chill.
All right,
I
look.
I'm
look.
just
He's
glad
All
that
gotta
I'm
the
saying,
make me.
general manager
He's gotta
behind us.
make me a. The dude gotta make me a believer. That's just me.
okay, well, look, why your GM Mickey Loomis still
Well,
advocating?
Mickey wrong on a lot of shit too now.
Come on,
Don't
man.
think, don't be assuming because Mickey. Oh, what that got to do, with Mickey Loomis? I ain't.
Listen, listen. I
Master
just hope.
Davis, let
Mickey
me
done
get
messed
you
up
in
so
here,
much stuff.
Man, let me get you in here, Master Davis. Man, let me get your thoughts, man. First of all, I know
I'm gonna mute my mic.
I know your team's on your team yourself is on a bye week. But let me hear your thoughts right now going into this game for the New Orleans Saints against these Minnesota Vikings, man.
Okay. So look, sorry, man. I've been yelling yesterday, man. I was yelling. I was on TV yesterday. I was yelling like crazy, supporting my team. But it's the key things, man, for you guys is not even concerning on the offensive side. It's more of the defensive side, man. It's gonna be crucial. It's gonna be very crucial. The main thing you guys gotta do this game is have rush lane discipline, because you guys are facing Josh Dobbs that just came off of Offensive Player of the Week performance against the number 3 ranked defense in the NFL. Well, which was the number 3 ranked defense in the league in the Atlanta Falcons. So it's gonna be crucial. It's gonna be crucial. You guys, keep him in the pocket. Let's see what he got. Because you guys got to figure it out. You guys got to figure it out because the Saints defense has always started off slow. For the 4 consecutive games now, you guys have allowed 17 points against Houston, 17 points against Jacksonville Jaguars, 20 points against the Colts, 14 points against Chicago Bears. You guys got to figure it out. You guys got to figure it out as far as, because of the fact that you guys are starting so slow. Don't get me wrong. The turnovers are there. The turnovers are there, but when you're giving up 14 points, 17 points, and to some quarterbacks that's not really, top 10 caliber guys. These are guys that just, only thing they got on them is their legs. Only thing they got on them is their legs. So that being said, you guys got to really show rush lane discipline. Now, I know it may be hard to have a spy because you're trying to, teams can come in 22 personnel, 21 personnel. You can't always put a spy on them. But that's why your defensive line got to be disciplined up front. I feel like you guys are going to come out with a more balanced approach. I love the fact that you guys mentioned that you guys want to get the other guys involved in the backfield, which I believe you guys will this game as you guys continue to figure things out because it looks like Derek Carr is clicking. But when I'm looking at what I'm more concerned about is the defense. The defense is the main priority. It's going to have to be a key factor to win this game. They do not have their number 1 receiver. That number 1 receiver is not playing in this game. So you guys can go man. You guys can play a lot of man. Maybe cover 1. Let's see if their receivers are actually better than you guys DBs, which I don't believe that they are. I believe you guys can actually send a couple pressures at Josh Dobbs. I don't think he can actually escape you guys. I think you guys are very very athletic at the linebacker end of things. I don't think your defensive line is quite there yet. That's why I'm hoping they, stay disciplined. Maybe have that one tech defensive lineman, play kind of like soft, like type of rush. You get what I'm saying? Like not rush too much, but stay on the line of scrimmage. Don't get blown up. Don't stay disciplined in that lane. because Josh Dobbs will tuck it and go. He will tuck it and go. Because we've seen it. It happens. Every NFL team has had problems with mobile quarterbacks. So it's not just the Saints, but it's a lot of teams that has this has issues. So, but for you guys, giving up so many points in the first half and then figuring it out in the second half, if you guys can find a way to balance that, I believe you guys will be fine. Now, that being said, here's something that nobody is really talking about, and it's very interesting. So, peep game. So the Saints red zone has improved these past couple of games. You guys are 6 for 9 in the past attempts of going to the red zone. For the season, you guys are 9 of 24. That's something that, hey, look, that means there's a production there. You guys are running the ball a little bit more in the red zone. You guys are not just trying to use that athletic ability outside and trying to use the tight ends. You better, if you're going to bring in a 22 personnel set with them tight ends, you better run the ball. You better run the ball. You got 4 running backs that can go, and you got Taysom Hill. You better run the ball. So that being said, man, I feel like you guys are going to continue to grow in that aspect. I feel like the red zones are going to continue to improve. But also, you guys have to patch it up just a little bit, bro, because Blake Groupie.
He's a T-Mama. He's a Philadelphia Eagle fan.
Yeah.
He just happen to like the Saints, too, okay? So, so that's why he's on. All right.
I love to
want to know if he was a Pigeon fan.
They about to throw him. They about to throw him overboard.
They about to throw you in Atlanta, man. They about to throw you in Atlanta.
Well, I tell you, hang on, Master, not to even cut you off, I'm gonna let you finish, man. I tell you, Saints fans are something, boy. You can't let anyone from any like other fan base or any other team, like other teams don't watch our team or our fan base. You can't let anyone else speak on us. Other teams watch us and pay attention to what we do. And
we try to get a perspective from the enemy. We love to go. Well, this is what we do here on the Baddest Sports Talk. We like to get a perspective from the enemy. So we want to, because we can be biased sometimes. And to get it from another person it's just better. So I want Saints fans to understand that. Because we're not gonna see it as the outside see it. And that's just how we doing it, okay? Go ahead, EJ. I don't know if you want to give it to Humphrey, but go ahead.
Let me go ahead and finish real quick, Master, and then I'm gonna give it to Hump.
I got you. Look, like I said, man, it's gonna be all on the defense today for you guys, man. It's a lot of good games that I'm gonna be watching, man, to really figure things out. But man, Blake Groupie does got to get things together, man. It's just been kind of weird because he kind of put you guys in a lot of strange situations. Because 3 points is 3 points. Those points off the board. When you miss that, that affects any team. Especially when you're struggling in that aspect. We've seen 49ers lose a game. A guy missed a 46-yard field goal, man, against the Cleveland Browns, man. That started off the losing streak for them anyway. So imagine if you made that kick. Would it still been affected them as much? Because look, they came in a hostile environment. So, just trying to figure things out for you guys. Like I said, guys, do not mind me. I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan. It's just I love to analyze other teams. This is my passion. I love to do it. Me and EJ, we graduated together. So look, hey, we've been doing this for a long time. So, but yeah, that's some key things. I am excited about Debo, though. I think Debo gonna continue this wave that you guys going. EJ, you touched on it last week, and he delivered. Debo delivered. So
hey, I told y'all about Debo, man.
For sure. It just concerns me about your pass rush, because I hope that your corners continue to stay disciplined, not worry about looking too far at the quarterback as much. Because he may break one, and then you're like, oh my gosh, he continued to break one. He's going down the field. That's when you turn your head split second, that ball going over to Jordan Addison.
Those are great points, Master. Those are awesome points, man. Let me give it to Hump. Good to see you on here, man. It's been a little while, man. I know you kind of get frustrated because you want to get your point in. But here y'all, man. Let me hear from you, man.
Well, look, how is my headphones to get started?
Very clear, man. I like that audio.
Sound good. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Sound good. We talked about this. I think yesterday. Huh?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, just to piggyback off the brother, I mean, is it a problem with the kicker or is it a problem with the holder? As far as for Blake Groupie,
Oh, never thought about that.
because
Hey, that's a good point.
yeah,
That's a good
I mean, and hey, bro, Taysom Hill was holding for big nuts last year. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a problem with the holder.
The point
That maybe you're not
for
spinning the
those
ball
that don't
fast
even
enough.
know, Lou Headley is the holder for Groupie.
Right, right. And I mean, and again, hey, that's the
That's
only
two
thing I
rookies.
can take as far as for yeah, yeah, and that's what I can take from as far as for his field goal misses. But I mean, defense is they kind of like wishy washy right now. But the cornerbacks, yeah, well, I don't know if somebody put this stat up there, but they did put this stat up here sometime during the week. That we got 2 in the top 10 as far as for cornerbacks, as far as for yards allowed. So, I mean, hey, cornerbacks are fine, and, as far as for today, mobile quarterback, hey, bro, just got to contain him in the pocket, bro. That's all we got to do. Contain him in the pocket, make him throw the ball to beat us. So, so I'm going to chill out and because I'm still kind of catching up. I just jumped on, so I'm still kind of catching up.
Appreciate that, huh? Like I said, it's good to see
All
you
right.
back in the chat, man. It's good that you got your audio fixed back there. Look, man, guys,
Right.
I'm gonna say this, y'all. Master, I'm gonna kind of piggyback a little bit off of what Master and Bo said. Joshua Dobbs. It's so funny. We was talking about this man last podcast, and we was and every 504 and Master Davis was in the argument about this kid, and it's just funny how he just magically popped up, had a great game, and he's starting for this.
Oh,
game.
you can look crazy all you want. I still don't think you're a good quarterback. I mean, Matthew, you can sit there and talk all you want. I still don't think the dude is a good quarterback. I think he jumped in a moment where a team did not prepare. See, you got to understand this. The
But
Atlanta Falcons.
hang on.
I have to say this because the Atlanta
would-
Falcons. That's unfair to Atlanta Falcons. They didn't prepare for him. They prepared for the rookie. The rookie quarterback out of BYU.
This man only had 2 practices with them people, man. This
Yeah,
man
but do you know when you don't prepare for a unknown quarterback? A lot of times, y'all gonna see the difference today. I'm gonna show y'all the difference, and y'all will understand that when a dude like that, when Atlanta is similar to our defense, Atlanta defensive coordinator was our defensive coordinator, and they were top 5, and we were they were top 4, and we were top 5. So when you look at it now, we kind of push back to 7. But when you look at it, Atlanta has the same scheme. The problem is they were preparing for one quarterback that was unknown, and then they had to deal with the other quarterback that's unknown in a short week. That's both ways, y'all.
But
You're
look,
not gonna see that
I
every
want to
week.
say, I'm gonna just say this about Joshua Dobbs, y'all. Like first of all, is I keep saying this in the NFL and in the league, because this is not gonna be this is once again another besides Trevor Lawrence and a couple other guys that we face this year. This is another week that the Saints are facing a guy that didn't supposed to start this season. Okay,
correct.
So
Correct. You're gonna get Daniel Jones. You're gonna get the same thing with Daniel Jones.
The Saints have to the Saints have to go ahead and not
take
underestimate none of these quarterbacks.
None of them.
I don't care who they are, where they come from, or if they came out of damn Winn-Dixie or damn Walmart somewhere. I don't care. You have to go ahead and take these guys like they are the starting quarterback, okay?
Yes, and I'm glad we played Banji, EJ. I'm glad we played the dude from last week when we played Chicago, because now you see, we wasn't you prepare for Fields, you prepare for these guys, but I'm glad that we played a guy like that, because now we ain't gonna underestimate a dude like Dobbs. You played a dude that's similar to Dobbs who can run the ball.
3 weeks in a row, though.
That's 3 weeks in a row.
Indianapolis, and then we
with
played
Gardner
Chicago.
I got
right. And now we going into this.
I got a question. All right, so I know you said it's unfair for Atlanta Falcons because they didn't prepare for them all week, but they found out that Josh Dobbs did get traded to the Vikings on Tuesday, so they actually did have some time to
That's not no
figure
game
it out.
plan.
Yes,
That's
it is. Hear me? Hold on. You say it's not a game plan.
No.
You say it's not a game plan, but why would they unexpectedly try to get another quarterback that has some experience as well?
They could have had a
Because
possibility.
they could have had at least some details. Listen, that quarterback got hurt in the first half. You understand? They got hurt in the first half. You can make adjustments in the halftime. You have 15
that's true.
minutes. You have 15 to 20 minutes to figure that out. So you mean to tell me it's unfair, but you're supposed to be a top 5 defense. I don't care. They're top 5. And you have one of the best, most dominant defensive fronts.
But that's the Falcons. The Falcons are haunted.
But you just said it's unfair.
You keep, but hang on, every 504, you keep throwing that off. Before we was
you're
even
not going to
talking
convince
about
me Joshua
we
Dobbs
were
is a good
talking, hang
quarterback.
on,
I'm sorry.
hang on.
You're not going to convince me that Joshua Dobbs is a good quarterback.
Hang on,
he got lucky.
Before we was even talking about that, we was talking about Joshua Dobbs' play with the Cardinals. Okay, and how he was decent. He was decent.
He was decent enough to try to win a game.
How many wins the Cardinals have right now?
He beat the Cowboys.
It's not the point of emphasis. He showed that he can play.
Everybody get lucky, man.
It doesn't matter. Okay, that rookie almost got lucky. Rookie almost got lucky. If it was for Groupie, if Groupie kept missing them kicks, you see that costly kick he missed? If that rookie literally had a better arm, that missed throw, that behind the back that he threw to Debo, it had points.
No, look, I'm not. That game is over with. Master.
But no.
Please don't bring that up.
And what I'm bringing this up for is the fact of the matter is
you're not going to convince me that's a good quarterback.
Every 504, you cannot put take these dudes lightly. You are a prime example.
I didn't say that.
You took Josh Dobbs lightly. You took Josh Dobbs lightly.
No,
you did.
He just came up for Offensive Player of the Week.
You actually taking him lightly today. What you're doing is you're taking him lightly today. Okay,
the Player of the Week.
We just played Mr. Tyson Badgett last week, and Tyson Badgett carved us up. I'm telling you, if this defensive line don't step up, and this is a running down quarterback, this is a black man that we talking about here. And do with that what you will, fans. Do with that what you will. We know the stereotype with black quarterbacks, and they can run and everything. The Saints statistically and historically have trouble against running down quarterbacks. I don't care who they are. If it's a running down quarterback, the Saints are going to give up yards. I'm just telling you what it is. Okay?
Well, the Saints defense take a bend but don't break approach. They just need to change the scheme up a little bit.
Right.
I mean,
they're adjusted real well in the second half.
You go light on Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs will carve you up down that field.
I'm hoping that DA during this whole week, because that's the good thing that the Saints have, but that the Falcons didn't. That they have a whole week to prepare for this guy. They knew who he is and saw game film on this guy.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm glad. See, you're so busy trying to protect this Eagle fan on the panel, but you're not listening. Okay, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I did not say that we're trying to take somebody lightly. Ain't nobody ever said that. The whole point that I was saying is we got to. I said that we have a week up on them that the Falcons didn't. That's all I said.
He came in Tuesday.
Please don't put that narrative on me.
He came in Tuesday. You mean to tell me you couldn't figure it out? He doesn't have to be no what's name, but you got to realize something. That quarterback got decent. It's called veteran. You know what it's like to have a veteran, right? Why you think you kept Jameis Winston in the back? Like, come on now. You be arguing about him. So don't do that.
They got game film on them from other teams too.
Don't worry about that. No. Hold on.
Let me give it to hang on. Let me get my show. Let me keep my show going. Uncle Henry, good to see you in the chat, man. Oh man, hearing what you heard so far in the chat, man. Let me hear what your thoughts on going into this very pivotal game before the bye week, man.
What's up, fellas? What's up, panel? Who that? I'm gonna say this. I know it's a lot y'all talked about. I listened to y'all when I came on. I just wanted to listen for a little bit. I want to say I do agree with Everett about Joshua Dobbs to the point that I think we're going to be prepared for him. I'm not underestimating the young man, but I'm not too concerned because I think the Saints will be ready for this guy. I think, like he said, having those few weeks of playing these mobile quarterbacks, I think the Saints will kind of get the hang of what they got to do. And Joshua Dobbs is a turnover machine. He throws a lot of interceptions. I think our cornerbacks will be ready for him. We're going to kind of shake him up a little bit, get some turnovers from him, and win the game. I'm hoping that, and it's in Minnesota, y'all. I still got a bad taste in my mouth with our history with them. Y'all know back from the 90s, early 2000s, Randy Moss, all that. We kind of don't like the Vikings. We kind of got a little. It's not a
It's a
rivalry, but
rivalry there. It's
it's
okay to
that.
say that.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
rivalry
a.
there.
I mean, I know Stephon Diggs ain't there no more, but we ain't forgot. We ain't forgot all that. That still lingers with our fan base. Let's be honest, we're still mad about that. So I think we're gonna go up there and try to put on a show and get that win. I really do.
Yeah, we did. Alvin Kamara did score 6 touchdowns on the Minnesota Vikings the last time we went up.
Exactly.
So I thought so.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that because people keep bringing up that miracle, the Minnesota miracle, and then forget
Yeah.
that
Oh, I ain't just
forget
talking
that
about
the
that.
Saints have been taking advantage. Yeah, have been getting on Minnesota
I like
ass.
that
So go
comment,
ahead.
T-Mama. Every player is a professional. They
Yeah,
better
they
be ready.
are. But that's
They
why I
better
said
be ready.
I think Joshua Dobbs. I mean, he had a good week, he had a good game, or what have you. I'm not gonna underestimate him. They're gonna be ready for us too. I'm just saying, I think that Joshua
I'm
Dobbs.
with you. I'm not
Um,
underestimating him.
yeah,
Hey,
I think Joshua Dobbs. We can kind of force him into a little turnover machine this week and get the win out of him. I think
yeah,
we can
that's
rattle them a little bit.
I I
Carl Anderson gonna be after that behind. I just think we're gonna get to him. I think we're gonna
right.
get to him, y'all. I really do. I know our D line struggle against the run a little bit, but we're gonna take care of that young man. I'm not too worried.
And
Let's
and
flip it.
I just want to say, I said that during the point of emphasis of it's going to be having to maintain them in his rush lanes. It's up to the defensive line to maintain the rush lanes. I never said he was going to pick you guys apart off like with his arm. It's the legs I was so concerned about because people, for some odd reason, have issues containing him. He makes plays on the run. He never makes plays in the pocket. You pointed it out. Everybody up here at this point said yes, he's a turnover machine. When he's in the pocket, you guys, like I said, he does
That's
not.
why I say I think we're gonna contain him. I think we're gonna do that.
Right. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But that's just the key. That's the key ingredient, though, for today. That's the
Yeah.
key ingredient. Is to maintain them. Never said y'all
I think
wasn't
we
going to
will.
maintain them.
The other thing too here, guys, is the Saints need to start out fast. Okay,
That's it. Yeah.
we've been down games, and the master,
Mm-hmm.
you made a great point on this one. Oh, we've been down a bunch of games starting out ugly early. We cannot do this against winning football teams. Okay, I don't care what you say, but the Minnesota Vikings have a winning record, just like we do, 5-4. Okay, we have not been good statistically since Sean Payton has left against winning football teams. So we have to jump out on these teams, man. Okay, last week was unacceptable for us to go ahead and go down 14 points. That's unacceptable. We cannot do that again today. Okay, offensively, we need to go ahead and come out with a damn faster start. Put some damn points on the board, whether it's a field goal or not. On the first drive,
Yes, sir.
I need to see points on the damn board.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, doggone that the Saints need to establish a damn identity because it's becoming too late into the season to come up with any more excuses now.
Right.
Okay, doggone they didn't have plenty enough practices. They didn't have plenty enough time to go ahead and fix this connection with each other. Now. They need to put the product on the damn football team.
It's time to turn that corner.
Okay,
It's time to turn that corner.
It's time. It's time now.
It's time.
Okay, we're going into the bye week. This is too important of a football game to be losing here. Okay, we need to go 6-4, y'all. That's just the fact of the matter here. Doggone, we don't want to be 5-5 going into the bye week. We need to be 6-4 going into that Falcons game for a pivotal divisional game. Okay, so
Let me pick it back off you, EJ. Let me pick it back off you. Okay, one of the reasons why, and I keep telling people that this is the most important game of the season. Not next week. Not going into the other week. If you actually look at it, if you talk about how we just finally regained the lead in the division, this is the most important game as far as beating a decent team. I don't care if they don't have Cousins. I don't care if they don't have Jefferson. We've been in that stage in the past where we didn't have our stars. We had the, multiple
Nobody gave
times,
us excuses.
and
That's right.
nobody gave us no boo-hoo me. Okay,
Right.
we didn't have. I'm never going to forget a COVID season when we had all our quarterbacks out, and we had all them quarterbacks that was put in there in a bad situation. We had a rookie quarterback out there. Multiple players was out, and we got our behind whooped to the Miami Dolphins. Nobody gives no excuses. So the bottom line is you got to look. I don't care about the quarterback situation. You make that guy look like a piece of ham. You sack that guy. You do what you got to do to dominate this football game. And let me tell you something. For those, if you're a Saints fan that is sitting here and trying to say, and you just gave up already, you got to question yourself. Do you really want this team to move forward, or you just hate the coach so much that you're going to root against so you can get another coach? No, we want to win this football game, and we got to win this football game.
Oh yeah, look. Let me kick it to Cedric real quick, man. I'm kind of going to change this conversation a little bit because we talked about defense, offense, which is surprisingly today that we talked more about defense than the offense, and we had more problems talking about offense all season long. But I'm going to kind of change the conversation up, which is good. I'm glad we're not having that craziness that we had early in the season. We kind of looking up as far as offense. But Cedric, I want to kind of hear a little bit offensively. What do you want to see today from the Saints as far as scoring some points, man? Because that's what we need to do today.
Yeah, man. I mean, for the most part, like Master Davis, he said earlier, man, we 6 for 9 now in the red zone. So whatever combination we have going on with Taysom Hill and that package, 2 tight end package or whatever we're doing is working. I think we need to stick with that until we, figure out how to keep Derek Carr on the field and score in the red zone. I mean, and that's not a jab at Derek Carr, but, we have different packages now that's been working. Again, I don't want to see the ball being thrown by Derek Carr more than 25 to 30 times. Anything outside of that, we unbalance, and that throws off the rhythm and the flow of the game. And, let's spread the ball around. Derek Carr been showing up the last couple of weeks, slicing and dicing down the field. And, I don't know where our tight ends been, but, hopefully they show up today. And let's get Jamal Williams the ball a little bit, see what he's going to do. I don't want to see that be a waste. But he's the type of running back he needs to be fed the ball 15, 18 times. And he gonna pound the defense and weigh him down because he just that type of intensity type of running back. And I don't think we really used to him. He reminded me of when we picked up Adrian Peterson. So, you got to feed this guy, and short yards on the goal line. Like you said, 16, 17, 18 touchdowns last year. Let's use them.
I like it.
I know there's no injury designation. I'm sorry, EJ. I just want, if it's okay for me to comment on for what he said.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just real quick, I just want to say that I think I know there's no injury designation for him, but I think his injury might be a big part of why the Saints not using him as much. They're just not saying anything about it. I think he's probably a little bit more banged up than we know. That's it. I'm a buy out right now.
Yeah. Good point. Hump, let me hear what you want to see today from the offensive side of the football.
Well, let's start with the real elephant in the room that don't look like ain't nobody talking about. And the offensive line has played so much better with, I've always been critical of Andrews Pete, but Andrews Pete playing very well at the left tackle.
I forgot to mention that. Right.
So,
right.
I mean, hey, Derek Carr's had time to throw the ball, and I'm pretty sure everybody done seen the coach's breakdown. Well, not the coach's breakdown, the Drew Brees, Chase Daniel breakdown. That I'm seeing that he's a little bit more comfortable, that he don't have to worry about that left tackle and you ain't erratic and throwing the ball to the check down. But of course, there was some other points that, of course, you will get better at that. which Drew and Chase Daniel broke down. Okay, man. Well, it's one or two plays that that he could have went down the field, but he took the check down. So as he gets a little bit more comfortable, because of course, again, Ram is playing a little bit better. I was critical on Ram check. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, bro, look, we've been
He
on
had every
Doug
right to
Marrone,
be.
so obviously he must have heard us. Yeah. So obviously he must have heard, and he's got the right personnel out there. So not saying our man Trevor Penning is a bust right now, but he needs to watch and learn. As y'all done threw him out there very early. And the left tackle is the that's the third most that they make the most money. Quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And the left tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
So this guy
But
has to sit back and watch and learn.
Trevor Penning don't come across
Go
as
ahead.
athletic to me at all, man.
let me let
I
me
don't know.
pick
I
up
know you
let me
mentioned
pick
Bucks,
it
but
back off for Humphrey. Humphrey, I give you it took a lot for you to say that. And I'm gonna tell you this. Because we talked about this year. I mean, you had it out for Andres Pete, which you had every right to. But one of the things we always talked about, my son and I, we always talked about he was drafted in the wrong position. Andres Pete should never been a guard. He should never out of the University of Stanford. He was a left tackle. Okay, he was always a tackle. The Saints moved him and drafted him as a guard. Saints have a problem. They always get these guys, they draft these guys, and they change their position.
Change their
Like the
position
center,
though.
like Caesar. Hold up, like Caesar Ruiz. Caesar
he was a
Ruiz
center.
was a center
Yeah,
out of the uni.
yeah.
Hold
Michigan.
up. He was a center out of the University of Michigan. And then you look at Trevor Penning. Trevor Penning, to me, fits more, in my opinion, as a guard. But he can learn by sitting on the bench. I don't think he should have been starting right away. I don't think he was ever ready. You can look at preseason. So we rush his players out here to play. Some players are ready in their first year. Some players take 2 to 3 years sometimes. We got to let him come off the bench, y'all.
They did the same thing with that tight end from Wyoming or wherever he got him from. He never even really got on the field. They tried to make him an offensive tackle. It
Yeah,
never worked out.
never worked out. And
He was like
Granderson,
7 feet tall.
you brought up Granderson, you brought up Wyoming. Granderson is a guy who was undrafted and picked up by the Saints. And look at him right now. He's got his big contract. He's the best defensive lineman on our team, in my opinion. But go ahead.
Yeah, look, yeah, that's great points, y'all. That's awesome points. That's what I wanted to hear. Look, hit it on the head. He talked about the offensive line, man. What and something that I was critical myself about all season long. A lot of people were more on the Derek Carr side. I was more on the offensive line side. I thought that the offensive line has been struggling badly this season, but these past couple of weeks, these past 2 weeks, I'm talking about, the offensive line has improved very well. Ever 504 brought up the great point about the Saints have a bad habit when they draft players on the offensive line.
Right.
They take these guys out of their positions and switch them up. And a prime example is Andres Pete. Andres Pete was never a left guard. He was always a left tackle. Cesar Ruiz, he was a center, and we got him playing right guard right now. So it's I don't know why we do that, but they need to stop that experiment, man. Master, let me hear from you.
Hey, I just want to point out, man, Everett, man, 504, you pointed it out maybe 5 to 10 minutes ago, man. This is an important game. This is really, really, really important. Let me tell you why. You guys know, your real Saints fans know this is a really important game because going into the bye, who you guys got next. And it's always them Falcons. And you guys know that's a rivalry. That's not no ordinary rivalry game. That game can dictate a lot. And I know you guys can do it. I know you guys can. I mean, I feel like you guys got to have a better – I feel like you guys have better players and a better system right now than certain, because I think the Falcons are still trying to find their identity. And I just want to point out, like, you guys got the Vikings, they got the Cardinals. And guess who's coming back for the Cardinals? They ain't got no ordinary kid. They got that man back. That quarterback gonna be that man is back.
And I was praying that happened. I was praying that happened at that time, because look, and just to piggyback off what you're saying, just one thing, and I'm gonna let you go back to what you were saying. Y'all realize if the Saints win this ball game and the 49ers somehow, because 49ers are on a 3-game losing streak.
Right.
If the 49ers somehow lose the game, we are the 3 seed. I know how crazy it sounds. The Saints are mathematically the 3 seed if everything shuts off at 6-4. So that's how important this game is. Don't worry about how we won the damn game. Don't matter how bad we was. We playing bad teams. You're supposed to be bad teams. Don't feel bad because we beating bad teams and they don't have their quarterback. That's and Master, you know this. You went through this with Philadelphia. Y'all had a bad schedule, and y'all took advantage of that schedule, and y'all ended up in the Super Bowl. So just go ahead, y'all. I'm glad. I'm sorry for taking.
I just want to just say, like, I wasn't just looking. It's good. That's a good point that you just said, because I forgot about that. 49ers has been on the tear. Now they did say, they made an announcement that Debo and Trent is back. So it's gonna be quite interesting how they handle things and what Chase Young. I still want to see how this is worked, because by them adding those little pieces, and Debo and Trent Williams is coming back for them. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. But here's the reason why I want to point it out. I'm talking about just for you guys to win the division. You guys play the Falcons, correct? Both of you guys got 2 crucial games. They got to find a way to beat Kyler. You guys got to handle business against the Vikings. Okay? You both are on the same bye week. You both are on the same bye week. This is crucial, because that means that it's just y'all two. Tampa Bay ain't really hitting on nothing, and we all know the Panthers ain't hitting on nothing either. All right? But this right here going into
the Panthers just about out of it, brother.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I don't believe Tampa Bay is actually a good team now, man. I think people are figuring them out. I think people are really figuring that team out. I think that momentum, that Baker Mayfield train, I remember people were saying Baker Mayfield was actually better than Derek Carr. Excuse my friends, I ain't no Saints fan, but bro, I got common sense. I got a brain. I got a brain cell.
We know Baker. Everybody knows
man.
Baker.
You'll be surprised.
Baker ended up on a good team. Tampa had some guys. That's Tom Brady's team. Baker should have this team even better. So I wasn't worried about Baker.
Something. Hang on. What did I say last podcast?
I wasn't worried about Baker.
What did I say last podcast that y'all are doing right now that I told y'all not to do? I told y'all this. I said, New Orleans Saints fans, you guys have to do one thing for me, and that's to take it a week at a time.
Boy, you been a bad man.
I'm gonna throw a second thing in here for y'all. Stop worrying about what the hell everybody else is doing. Control.
That's right.
Control.
I'm saying this from an outside perspective. That's the reason why I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying from an outside perspective how important that is, just from an outside approach. You guys go 6-4, and the Falcons lose. They're not gonna have no momentum. They ain't gonna have no momentum going into that bye week. Then they're gonna be like, man,
they're
like
gonna be 2 games behind. They'll be 2 games behind.
Hey, bro, and I just want to piggyback off of
Don't worry about them 49ers.
Hey, bro.
Y'all, great things happen.
All I want to say, check it out.
And all going, you do your own job. Now, go ahead, huh?
Okay, all I wanted to say is, we talking stuff about Carolina, and somebody else just put up the stat, dog. Like I say again, I mean, I think it's either Falcons, Saints, Carolina as far as for defense right now. You can't say Carolina is completely garbage. They have good defense. They just don't have no offense because you're dealing with a rookie quarterback. So I would say, hold up, let's pump the brakes on saying that Carolina is completely. I understand that. I understand that. All I
You know who
said
they
was
remind me
the
of?
defense is in the top 10. That's
You know
all
who
I
they
Oh,
said.
remind
now
me
you
of?
know damn
You know who they
well
Yo,
remind
no
me of?
matter,
if we was their record right now, you would say our season is over.
I'm trying
You
to tell
know
you.
damn well.
I would. Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie
Ain't
to you.
nobody talking about the kitty cats.
They ain't even kittens no more. I don't know what they is.
Man, yeah.
I mean,
Look, like
and
EJ
this
said,
is
I'm
for them
focused on this
this is
game.
for them
For
Panther
sure.
fans. Hold up. This is for them Panther fans. I'm gonna pile up on your ass because you said some nasty stuff about us. You said some nasty stuff about we got a broken car. I went on
They
your
did.
podcast and I seen y'all. Y'all, we ended up with a broken
Called him
car.
a lemon and everything else.
Called him a lemon and everything. So I seen you on TJ Jones podcast. I seen you on
Call him out,
the
Everett.
debate. They were
Call him
debating
out.
Big Q and his
That
podcast.
man a menace.
Yeah, they've been doing it.
You
We
wanna
gonna
know
kick
what's
them while
funny?
they down.
Hey, you wanna know what's funny though? Ask them what first round pick they got next year.
Yeah, they gave up everything.
I'm
Yeah,
They
trying to
didn't
tell
pick up
you.
for somebody else.
They
they
don't got nothing to
gave up
build on.
everything to get Bryce Young, man. They
They
Bryce
don't
gave
Young.
got
up
They can't even
nothing.
get.
They don't got nothing. That GM need to be fired. That
Yeah.
GM needs to be fired.
Just like EJ said, though, y'all, I'm focused on this game. We need to win in Minnesota. We need to blow
I
them
know.
out.
I know. We just want to kick the Pampers.
I
The
got
I
Yeah,
you.
just
Panthers
wanted to
down.
get
It's
your
yeah,
it's
but
We just want
great.
to talk
No,
about
look,
I'm
them.
not
it's
thinking about the
great.
Falcons right now. I'm worried about this game right here.
Yes,
I
No,
want us
yes.
I'm
to
not
win
worried
this
about the
I
game.
Falcons.
said,
We're just kicking.
It might, it
We're
might,
just
it might be,
messing with the Panthers.
it might be, it might be exciting to peek a little bit and see, man, what the
Yeah.
things that we can do
After the way
after
we
winning this
started,
game. But look, y'all, I'm saying, don't do that to yourself because you're
Win
gonna
the
end
game
up in that
first.
damn post
you
game
play
show
to win the
and you're gonna be
game.
mad. You're
hey,
gonna
but
be
You
in
look,
that
play
post
to
game
win the
show
game.
mad.
some fans
Yep.
Handle your
need
own
that.
business.
Listen, some fans need that though. They need to know that because of the fact that you know why,
Because
bro?
EJ, they've been so negative,
Yeah,
EJ.
bro. You
Yeah,
got to
but that's
realize.
not
I
gonna
know what
help
you're
them.
You
I
saying,
gotta
agree with
realize.
EJ.
but you
Hold
know
on.
that
Because
they
they
have
be
been
talking
so
like they season
negative,
is
and
over.
we got to bring some kind of
They
positivity.
be talking about like, listen. Hold on, hear me out, bro. They be talking like, bro, like they're 1-8. I done seen it all at this point. I'm not even y'all fan, bro.
But
Look,
look, you
it's
can't give
important for y'all
optimism
to
to people
see that.
like that, though. You can't give optimism to people like that. They're not gonna hear that. That's what I'm telling you.
But I'm saying
They're
it's
not gonna
important for
hear
them
the
to hear that
optimism.
part. Hey,
But they're
look,
not
y'all
gonna hear
win this
that, brother.
going in. You should be relaxing. Y'all should. Hey, look, we should not be hearing nobody getting on the doggone live at 11 o'clock at night talking about something now. Y'all 6-4.
I
Just
mean,
say
it
That's
was
it.
true.
so
That's
negative.
true.
It was
That's
so
true.
negative. We got one of them on the panel right now who
That's
kind of
true.
came from my head, and he personally, because he happened to be just like you and Master, good friends. Me and Cedric is the same. Me and Henry and Cedric are the same. Me and Humphrey are the same way. So they come at my head personally, especially Cedric. You know, so I understand. You got to
Hey,
understand. I'm sick and
hey,
tired of the negativity.
hey, it's not negative. It's a critical assessment. You know, I guess you're feeling
Here
you're
it go.
feeling a
Here it
little
go.
prideful.
Yeah.
No, sir. You're feeling a little prideful,
Here it go.
and he's sticking his head out a little bit,
Here.
but we still got the rest of the season.
Hey,
We
but
we in the doggone podcast right now. We
all right,
ain't
as a
in the
Philly,
damn. We
hold
ain't in
on,
the Facebook group, doggone, doing that damn 10
as a
o'clock
Philly
live at
fan,
night.
bro, I gotta actually watch y'all too, though, bro. I gotta keep my eye on y'all too, man. I don't like what y'all
You
crazy.
have to. We're in the same conference. You the enemy,
I
bro.
don't like that. I
You
don't
the
like when
enemy.
y'all cooking
Oh
either,
yeah,
though, man.
don't
We
forget
giving
now.
you
Don't
grace right
forget.
now, letting you up.
We
Don't
You the
forget. We
enemy.
beat
struggling.
y'all Gardner Minshew.
Hey,
Gardner
listen,
Minshew.
we struggling
You
right now.
remember
Look,
y'all? We beat
our
y'all last year.
secondary, James
We beat.
Bradbury look like burnt toast. Man, our safety that we just picked up don't look good. I'm glad we in this bye. We got boy bless the refs. I ain't gonna lie to you, but the refs saved that day. And now I'm looking at everybody improving. We still like this. And I'm looking at everybody like, okay, because we have to face somebody like the Saints that's scrappy. Man, we gonna be kind of in trouble. We're gonna be lying too much on our offense, and we're gonna wind up. Man, look, I'm just saying what it is.
It's all about. And EJ could tell you. It's all. Some teams play certain teams well. It's all about. It's not. And I told people. I said it's systems. Some certain teams can compete with certain people's system. If we match up with certain teams well, we can match up with Philly, but we and play terrible to the 49ers. Certain teams we match up good with some teams we don't match up good with. So it's just a matter of us being like I want us to beat them New York Giants. Y'all sneak in the playoffs and nobody they underestimate us. I want to be the underdog.
Let me kick it back to this game, y'all, and let me bring this up to y'all. Now, we learned earlier today that Mr. Justin Jefferson is not playing in this football game. TJ Hawkinson is playing in this game, but he will be playing limited today. And KJ Osborne, okay, I if Saints fans don't know who he is, that is their receiver number 2. He is out. He is out for this game.
Whoa,
he is out.
Oh, that's big.
Now look, I'm just telling y'all right
Addison
now.
out there, though. Jordan Addison out there.
I'm just telling y'all right now. The Saints have the formula. They have the formula right now to beat this team. There's no damn excuses.
No excuses.
There's no damn excuses right now.
No.
Somebody should be fired.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody should be fired.
Everybody at that point.
Kirk Cousins is not playing.
For real. Somebody should be fired.
Justin Jefferson is not playing. KJ Osborne is not playing. TJ Hawkinson is not fully 100%. So what I'm telling you guys right now, what I'm telling Saints fans right now, is that their defense better be down licking their chops.
And they running back towards the Achilles. So yeah, they definitely got no run game.
In the first half, listen, we don't want to see them just come in the second half. We need to start in the first half.
Thank you for that, Master Davis. They better be licking their chops today. I want to see Lattimore lock it down. I want to see a Debo lock it down. I want to see Mr. Demario Davis feast. I want to see Cam Jordan. Give me a damn sack, Cam Jordan. I know you're getting old, but give me a damn sack.
Hey, man, let the old man live, bro. He tried out there, man.
Keep doing what you're doing, Granderson.
But EJ, I want to see us rotate some of these younger guys to help with some pass rushes.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You touched on it.
Granderson gonna have 3 sacks today.
Granderson gonna have his game. He's
3
the
sacks.
guy. But I want to see some of our younger players that we added to the lineup. Just do some. We really got to start showing. And look, blitz some of them linebackers. Demario Davis do good with the blitz.
Yeah, man, blitz them doors, please.
Use your linebackers to sack the quarterback.
Yeah. Because that's what we're not doing. We're not blitzing enough, too.
We got to blitz, man.
But blitz from the edge. Don't blitz from inside because if the ends are not maintained.
And we got to watch Hawkinson. Hawkinson is the beast.
Put some respect, y'all.
And please don't line the linebacker up on Hawkinson. Put somebody long on him.
Hey, y'all, I need y'all to put some respect on Kalen Saunders, man. Forget what he do on offense.
We got knives in the house, y'all.
Forget all that extra stuff he do on offense. On defense,
number 99, baby.
Tackle.
Yeah.
I love what I'm seeing from him. I love it.
Me too.
I think he's a man to be reckoned with in that middle.
He's
man.
underrated.
I love it.
He's underrated on our D-line. He really is.
EJ, one thing I want people to understand, EJ, that we're going to have to pay.
Yes, sir.
EJ, one of the things I want us to pay attention to is the fact that, the Minnesota is stout against the run, but they and we need to take advantage of their defensive backs. That's their weak side. Their defensive backs is the weak
Well, damn it, give the ball to Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
give it to Michael Thomas.
All day long. I want to see the slant come back, EJ. I want to see slant boy. I want to see where's the slant boy play. Where's the play
slant boy?
We don't even use the slant no more. Show me Pete Carmichael. Where's the slant play?
Put on his slant boy cape and go.
Calm down. Pete doing well, man. Pete ain't do nothing wrong. Y'all calm down.
No, I want to see the
straight defensive talk. This is a straight defensive game right here. Y'all better do something.
And maybe he's gonna be inspired because he got arrested. Maybe because he got arrested. He been to jail, y'all. He been to jail.
So maybe
he got a little fire.
Like a little fire under his hands.
Hey, that touchdown celebration finna go crazy.
3-13. Also, 3-13, I need to see Chris Olave get back in his groove, y'all. I need to see it. I need to see Chris Olave get right back to what we were seeing last season. Okay? I want to see this man on a deep bomb, just like we see Rashid Shaheed. I want to see that connection. I want to see Derek
It
Carr
might be one
and
of them
Chris
games for
Olave
Chris
get
Olave,
connected
EJ.
today.
It might be his game today. I might have to pick him. I might have to pick him.
Hey y'all, look, I also want to shout out to the biggest, the baddest Taysom Hill fan in the land.
The
The
undisputed
biggest
Taysom Hill fan
in the land. Nas.
I don't know if he went
Nas
went
the
down
great,
there.
man.
I don't know if he went to college.
I'm number
fan number
2. I'm number 2 fan.
We would love for him to meet you, man. We would love for the guy to meet. Would you love to meet Taysom Hill? And I would love to see that, man.
Seriously.
Go ahead.
Nas, you're on mute. You're on mute, Nas. Come on now. Damn it, let me take him off of mute. He don't even realize he on mute. All right, go ahead, Nas. We can't hear you, man. We can't hear you.
You just put him on mute, EJ. It said mute.
He's not on mute. He's not on mute. Hang on. Let me try this one more time. I'm gonna try it one more time.
Nas, I think it's the headphones, bro.
Go ahead, Nas. Take out your headphones.
Take out the headphones. Take out the headphone, Nas.
Take the headset off. I don't know why y'all do it.
There we go.
Go ahead.
Now we can hear you. Come on, Nas. Give it to me. Give it to me.
That's the problem, Nas.
That day, that'd be a day. I'm like, I'm not gonna be full blown excited. I just treat him like he's a regular person.
Hey, y'all need to trade him to Philly though, man. Y'all don't need him no more, man. We tired of running Jalen.
No, indeed.
Right. You done got enough from everybody in the league. You good over there. Look. Let me hear your thoughts on this game real quick, Nas, before we hit the 11:55 mark and we hit our prediction time, y'all. So go ahead, Nas. You got the floor.
Contain Josh Allen, close out Osborne and Addison and Madison in the inside and outside gaps. BC, especially the B to C gap runs. Because when he do that, he get cooking. But once we do that, hey, we knock that out. But offensively for us, I want to see this game be a game of you get Michael Thomas involved, get Chris Olave involved, get Shaheed involved. You know what I'm saying? Alvy, Taysom, a little bit of Kendra and Jay Will mixed in there together.
Nas, you agree that Taysom got to have 7 carries, dude. Because there ain't nowhere in the world you're 17-1 with Taysom getting 7 carries.
36-5 overall. 36-5 overall.
That's crazy. Every
I
time
can preach to that joke, bro.
10 to 15, like Drew. All them Taysom haters. They proved all they did was just prove Drew's point dead right of what he said. Drew said it through his own teeth. Taysom should get 10 to 15 touches every game. Because look what happens. The man knows his game every time.
Not just running. Not just running now. Not just running. But catching that ball. That boy can catch.
Exactly. But this game, since this is going to be a game where Minnesota is stout against the run, this should be a game where he should be implemented as a passer and receiver.
Yeah. I like it. Hey,
because if I see Pete Carmichael rushing him the ball, I'm going to look at Pete Carmichael. What you doing?
Nas, one more thing for me. Do you realize that Taysom Hill sets records against Minnesota? His best games are against Minnesota. I don't know if you remember the NFC in the playoffs. The game we should have won.
Well, I remember that
when Drew Brees was the quarterback. When they should have just gave it to Taysom and we'd have won that game. That Minnesota could not stop Taysom Hill. Go ahead.
They know Taysom too well. They're like, it's just like going to Atlanta, but in the NFC North version. But Taysom's success against Minnesota is unquestioned. It's like it leaves no question. It's just no question and no debate to it. It's just one of his favorite teams he loved playing full competition against.
If it ain't the Falcons, then it's the Vikings, man.
Yep, he has their number. He's their daddy too. But this game, this is gonna be a game where do the same thing we did last time in the playoffs against them. Implement him as a passer and receiver. Because when they implemented him as a passer and receiver when Sean Payton was here, they couldn't answer for it. They could not answer for the boy.
Right. Look, guys, it's getting to that time now. We just about at 11:55. Y'all know it's the funnest part of the show, man. Everybody in the chat, on the panel, and in the chat, man. I'm gonna start with Cedric, but you know what this part of the time is. This is prediction time, baby. I need two things from you, Saints fans. I need the MVP of this game, and I need that final score. So, like I said, I'm going to start with Cedric. And I need to see it, Cedric. Wait, who is your MVP and who is going to win this game with the final score?
I think Mike Thomas is going to be the MVP, and I think the final score is going to be 21-24 groupie winning game for us.
Ooh, okay, that's how we start. I like that. Okay, Henry, let me hear from you. I want to hear the MVP, and I want to hear that final score. Oh, you good? You back there?
We'll go back to him when you come back.
We're gonna kick it to Hump then. Hump, MVP.
It'll hump in the back end, lift you up.
Okay, well, I said 31-14 Saints, and it's gonna be Rashid Shaheed. 2 long touchdowns.
Okay. Nas, let me hear that MVP and let me hear that final score.
Game MVP is going to be between Michael Thomas, Taysom, or Derek Carr. And I got it 34 to 17.
Okay. Every 504 down. Let me hear from you. I need to hear MVP and I need to hear a final score.
Saints 27, the Vikings 13, and I'm going with Taysom Hill as the MVP.
Wow, nice, Evan.
Master Davis, I know you're an Eagles fan, but let me hear your MVP of this Saints and Vikings game, and I need to hear the final score.
35-17.
I like that, Derek.
35-17 Saints.
Okay.
I think the offense is going to start clicking, especially with a pissed off Mike T. Now, I feel like you guys are going to start with the run game. Like I said, y'all going to start off high with the run game. But my MVP is not going to be Taysom Hill this game. It's not going to be Michael Thomas this game. It's not going to be Rashid this game. Guess who it's going to be? Chris Olave. Chris Olave. Actually,
that's a good one because he can fight.
Yeah,
you know he's a game away for happening.
Yeah. I got you this time. I see you back in here this time. Let me hear that MVP and final score.
My MVP, Derek Carr. 5 touchdowns, Saints 35-13. Blowout, Minnesota. That's my MVP. That's what I got.
That would be nice. That would be nice for me to come back Monday to do some kind of weekly report because because all these haters. But that would be nice. Go ahead.
Y'all, I got me a scary one, y'all. I got one that's gonna kind of scare y'all a little bit. But my final score, Saints win 31-28. I think this is gonna be a close football game, y'all. And my MVP of this football game is Mr. Carl Granderson, because Carl Granderson has been doing it week in and week out, and I think he's going to keep it going, y'all. I really liking his play, and he's not getting enough respect after getting paid the way he got paid in the offseason, y'all. I'm just looking for him to go ahead and get him some Josh Dobbs, y'all.
Well, I hope you're wrong, son, because if our Saints giving up 28 points to the Minnesota Vikings, then that's a problem.
Hey, you know something though?
I hope you're wrong, son.
Every time we play the Vikings,
I know. Every time we play the Vikings, you're wrong.
I need for the Honey Badger to step up this game. I need for him to step up this game. He needs to. After that poor performance against that tight end, hey, I don't care if TJ only playing limited time. They gonna use him for that limited play. They gonna need him. They gonna need him. He got to step up. He better
I'm with
step up.
EJ though. EJ is gonna be a close game, man. I think it's gonna be a
Yeah,
close
Oh
game.
Lord,
yeah. I
oh
think
that's right.
every
TJ
time we play the
Hawkinson.
Vikings,
I don't
it's
mind. I
always
don't
that
mind you
way,
saying it's
man.
gonna be close, but 28. At least put that down to 20. 20 to 17.
Hey, I
But
ain't
go
saying
ahead.
nothing about your score, so you ain't gonna say nothing about my score.
Oh,
Say fans, y'all get ready, enjoy the football game, man. We are gonna be right in that podcast, win or loss or draw. Y'all, I enjoyed y'all. Good to see you on, good to see you home, good to see you Nas,
You
good
too,
to
my
see you
nephew.
Dad, good to see you Cedric, and good to see you Master Davis.
See, Mama,
Y'all,
thanks for coming on the show.
let me get a who that on 3. 1, 2, 3. Who
Who
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.